Here's an interesting question we frequently see on the test. Kiara walks at the constant speed of 5 miles per hour. Olivia starts walking at the same time as Kiara, but starts 4 miles behind her and walks at a constant speed of 8 miles per hour. How long will it take for Kiara to catch up with Olivia? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 50 minutes. Choice B, 60 minutes. Choice C, 70 minutes. And choice D, 80 minutes. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time and think about all possible combinations. Ready or not, let's move forward and get to the correct solution together. One important consideration to help you solve this challenge is that the speed for both Kiara and Olivia is presented in miles per hour, but answers are in minutes. So at some point we would need to make a conversion. Another important point is that both Kiara and Olivia will walk the same time, and we can put it as X in hours before catching up, because they started at the same time. In our solution, X will be the time in hours when they will catch up and meet. To solve this challenge, we need to build an equation. 5x plus 4 equals 8x. 8x represents how much Olivia will walk, and 5x plus 4 is representing how much Kiara can walk. And the starting point for this will be starting point of where Olivia starts, since Olivia starts 4 miles behind. So if we simplify this equation, 4 will be equal to 3x, and x will be equal 4/3 or 1 1/3 of an hour. And now is the time to do the conversion. 1 hour equals 60 minutes. 60 multiplied by 4/3 equals 60 plus 20 equals 80 minutes. So the correct answer here is choice D, 80 minutes. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. And here is the practice question for you. You're presented with 3 full expressions, and you need to calculate missing number in the fourth expression. Here are 3 full expressions. 18 by 3 equals 27. 12 by 4 equals 12. 22 by 8 equals 32. And you need to calculate the result of 12 multiplied by 9. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 34. Choice B, 36. Choice C, 38. And choice D, 40. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time because the answer may not be obvious. I'm going to give you a quick hint. Do you know why it's always 2-digit number multiplied by 1-digit number? The correct answer here is choice B, 36. If you figured it out, please make sure to post your solution in comments. Here's a cool question you frequently see on the test. You need to calculate the question mark, and you're presented with the 3-layer pyramid. On the bottom layer, you have numbers 8 and 2. On the middle layer, you have numbers 4 and 6. And in the top layer, you have numbers 3, and on the other side of the pyramid, you have a question mark. And this question mark can be one of those 4 values. Your choice A is 6, choice B is 10, choice C is 7, and choice D is 2. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time. For some of you, this type of question might be easy, but for some of you, it might require some thinking. So feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, let's go ahead and get to the correct solution together. As you might have figured out, the key to solve these types of challenges is always look for patterns. And if you look closely, each row adds up to 10. And vertically, values also add up to 15. So the correct answer here is choice C, 7. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Can you tell us how many questions did you answer correctly? Please make sure to post in the comment section of this video to share with others. And now let's continue to get you ready for the test. Here's the question where you need to calculate percentage of the high-volume customers, which tests your knowledge of charts and graphs. The following figure shows the tendencies to spend of visitors at the online store in Q1. Assume that in the next quarter, low-volume customers will double their purchases, while the medium-volume customers will reduce their spending by half, and high-volume customers will keep the same. What would be the percentage of high-volume customers in quarter 2? There are 4 different choices. Choice A, 53%, choice B, 55%, choice C, 57%, and then choice D, 59%. Do you see the answer? See if you can pause this video to give yourself a little bit of time, and maybe use a piece of paper and calculator, unless you can do all the calculations in your head. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and explain to you my version of the solution. And obviously, if you see a better way of solving this challenge, please make sure to share in comments. One of the easiest ways to solve it is to correlate percentage spending to the actual numbers. For example, we have 57%, 24%, and 19%. We can do the math and create an equation of 57 plus 24 plus 19 would be equal 100. Now, in the next step, we can calculate total planned spending in quarter 2. 57 for high-volume customers will remain the same, but we know that the medium-volume customers will spend the half, and half of 24 is 12. And then we know that the low-volume customers are planning to double their spending, which would be equal 19 multiplied by 2 as 38. So the new equation will be 57 plus 12 plus 38, which would be equal 107. To calculate Q2 percentage spent for high-volume customers, we need to divide 57 by 107 and multiply it by 100%. So the new percentage value is 53.27%, which matches closest the choice A. So the correct answer here is choice A, 53%. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Do you have a faster way to solve it? Please make sure to post your solution in comments. And if you're looking for more questions to practice for the test, please make sure to check the description of this video for additional resources. A lot of you are interested and ask me, how can I help others? One of the ways you can help other people is by sharing the latest questions you see as part of the assessment test. And when you share, please make sure to also include how you answered them. Please share the question you recently encountered in the comment section of this video. And if you know the answers, please share them as well. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here is a very interesting question we frequently see on the test. A 5 by 5 by 5 cube has its side's length increased by 40%. As a result of these changes, by what percentage has cube's total volume increased? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 274%. Choice B, 325%. Choice C, 357%. And choice D, 379%. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time because the answer to this question may not be obvious. Hopefully you've nailed it, but let's move forward and I'll explain you how I solved this problem so we can get to the correct solution together. First thing we're going to do is calculate original's cube volume. 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5 is equals 125. Now let's increase the side of the cube by 40%. 5 multiplied by 1.4 equals 7, which means that the new cube's volume would be calculated as 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7, and the end result will be 343. The volume change in percentages then can be calculated as new volume 343 divided by old volume 125 and multiplied by 100%. The end result of this calculation is 274.4%. So the correct choice here is choice A, 274%. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's an interesting question which may not be as easy as it looks. Defective clock gains 5 minutes every hour. What will be the cumulative degree angle clock's second-hand travel in 1 hour? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 360 degrees. Choice B, 360.5 degrees. Choice C, 390 degrees. And choice D, 380 degrees. Typically on the test, you get between 10 to 15 seconds to solve these types of challenges. Make sure to give yourself a little bit of time if you're trying to recreate the real test conditions. Ready or not, I am going to move forward and share with you the solution to this challenge. To solve this challenge, we need to emphasize the fact that defective clock gains 5 minutes every hour, which means that in 1 hour, defective clock's minute hand travels 65 minutes, which is calculated as 60 minutes for 1 hour plus 5 extra minutes. Typical clock moves a minute hand every 1 minute, and it moves it to 6-degree angle, which is calculated as 360 degrees divided by 60 minutes, which equals 6 degrees. Which means that the 65-minute angle would be represented by 65 multiplied by 6, which would be equal to 390-degree angle. Obviously, as with a lot of problems, there is an alternative way to solve it. Since 1 hour movement of the minute hand is represented by 360 degrees, we can look at 12 numbers on the clock, and each number on the clock is an increment of 5 minutes. 5 minutes is represented by 30-degree angle, which is calculated as 360 degrees divided by 12 number, which equals 30 degrees. So 65 minutes would be represented by 360 degrees for the full circle plus 30 degrees for extra 5 minutes, which would be 390-degree angle. Did you find other alternative solutions? Please make sure to share them in comments. Here's the cool question that you frequently get on the test. You're presented with 4 different letters, and you need to guess the word using all letters presented. The letters we have are W, O, B, and L. Can you guess the word? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds to see if you can come up with the answer. Ready or not, let's go ahead and reveal the solution. The correct answer here is ball, which is spelled as B-O-W-N-L. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's the practice problem for you. The day after tomorrow is 4 days before Monday. What day is it today? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, Sunday. Choice B, Monday. Choice C, Friday. Choice D, Saturday. Feel free to pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. I would like to give you a hint. The best way to solve these types of problems is using reverse calculations. So do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Did you figure out the answer? Make sure to post your answer as well as your rationale for solving this problem in the comment section of this video. Thanks for participating and good luck. Here's the puzzling question that you might frequently see on the test. The sum of all the ages of 4 family members is 85. What would be the sum of their ages together in 5 years? And you're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, 90. Choice B, 95. Choice C, 100. And choice D, 105. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 20 to 30 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I'm moving forward to get to the correct solution together. What's interesting about this problem is that it is simpler than you think. So the key here is not to overthink the problem. There are 4 family members, and sum of their ages is 85. And in 5 years, each family member will be 5 years older. So incremental age increase for all family members can be calculated as 4 family members multiplied by 5 years equals 20 years. So sum of the ages of all family members in 5 years can be calculated as 85, which is original sum, plus 20, which is the incremental age increase, and would be equal to 105. So the correct choice here is choice D, 105. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar puzzles on the test. And now, here's the question for you to practice. You're presented with triangle which is broken down into 3 equal horizontal parts. On the left side of the triangle, you see numbers 8, 4, and 3 if you go from the bottom to the top. And on the right side of the triangles, you see numbers 2, 6, and 1 number is missing. You need to select missing number from 4 different choices. Choice A, 6, choice B, 10, choice C, 7, and choice D, 2. Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. If you figured out the solution, please make sure to post your answer in the comment section of this video so I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck! Here's an interesting question which requires you to calculate the next number in the sequence. You're presented with 4 numbers. 3 of them are visible, and the 4th number you need to calculate. So the first 3 numbers are 1, 4, and 10, and you need to calculate the 4th number. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 15, choice B, 17, choice C, 19, and choice D, 21. Do you see the answer? If you're practicing for the test, give yourself 20 seconds to recreate real test conditions. You can pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I'm going to move forward and reveal to you my way to solve this. As usual, my advice to you, always look for patterns. And pattern in this case is that the next number is calculated as previous number plus number in the sequence minus 1 in parentheses and minus 1 multiplied by 3. So to calculate the missing number, let's walk through the sequence. The first number in the sequence is 1. Second number, where sequence number is 2, can be calculated as previous number 1 plus in parentheses 2 minus 1 multiplied by 3, which is 1 plus 3 equals 4. The third number, where sequence number is 3, could be calculated as 4 plus 2 multiplied by 3 equals 10. So the missing number, where n sequence number equals 4, can be calculated as 10 plus 4 minus 1 in parentheses multiplied by 3 equals 19. So the correct choice here is choice C, 19. Hope you found the solution to this challenge on your own, and if you see any alternative ways to solve it, please make sure to post in comments. Here's an interesting question you might easily get on the test. John's monthly spending is $1,500. 40% of his spending goes toward utilities, and the amount that he spends on heating and electricity is 15% more than what he spends on utilities. How much does John spend on things besides heating, electricity, and utilities? You're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, $210. Choice B, $220. Choice C, $230. And choice D, $240. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can calculate the solution. The correct answer here is choice A, $210. Do you know how to get to this answer? If you figured it out, please make sure to post your answer in the comment section of this video. Thanks for participating and good luck! Here's the question which seems easy but has some tricky elements to it. You need to calculate the current age of Shyla. If the ratio of ages between Mira and Shyla is 5:4, after 3 years, their age ratio changes and becomes 11:9. You need to calculate the current age of Shyla, and you have 4 different choices. Choice A, 23 years. Choice B, 24 years. Choice C, 25 years. And choice D, 26 years. Give yourself a little bit of time, maybe pause this video to see if you can come up with the solution on your own. Ready or not, I am going to share with you my solution. But if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to share it in comments. To solve it, we need to define a variable x, which would be a ratio between Mira's and Shyla's current age. If that's the case, then the current age of Mira will be 5x, and the current age of Shyla will be 4x, which means that we can build an equation and calculate the ratio of ages after 3 years. In this equation, we will have 5x plus 3 divided by 4x plus 3, which would be equal to 11/9. After simplification, we will have 9 multiplied in parentheses 5x plus 3 equal 11 multiplied in parentheses 4x plus 3, which means that the x will be equal 33 minus 27, which would be equal to 6. So to calculate present age of Shyla, we need to multiply 6 by 4, which was her ratio in initial equation for the current age, which would be equal to 24. So the correct answer is choice B, 24 years old. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to solve similar problems on the test. And as usual, if you have a better way to solve it, please make sure to share in comments so we can all learn. Here's the question for you to practice. If you calculate the answer to this question, please make sure to post it in the comment section of this video. You need to calculate missing number, and you're presented with 3 triangles. Each triangle has numbers in the corners as well as in the middle. First triangle has number 18 on the top, numbers 4 and 2 at the bottom, and number 3 in the middle. Second triangle has number 56 on the top, numbers 6 and 1 at the bottom, and number 8 in the middle. Third triangle has number 104 on the top, number 8 in the middle, number 5 in the bottom left corner, and number in the bottom right corner is missing. Your choices are 9, 10, 11, and 12. If you can calculate the answer, please make sure to post it in the comment section of this video. Thanks for participating and good luck. Here is a very interesting problem that you might frequently get on the test. You need to determine the next item in the sequence. You're presented with the sequence of large squares. Each large square contains 9 small squares inside, and small squares are of the different color. You need to determine next item in the sequence, and you have 4 different choices. Choices A, B, C, and D. Do you see the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe longer, maybe 20 to 30 seconds to see if you can come up with the solution. Did you figure it out? Let's go ahead, move forward to get to the correct solution together. As always, my advice to you, look for patterns. And determining the pattern is key to solving this particular problem. What you need to know to answer this particular question is that blue shape moves within the row of the larger shape. In each row, blue shape moves from left to right, one step at a time. And once blue shape reaches the end of the row on the right, it reappears on the left. So the correct answer here is choice D. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Here's the practice question for you. Kiara walks at the constant speed of 5 miles per hour. Olivia starts walking at the same time as Kiara, but starts 4 miles behind her and walks at the constant speed of 8 miles per hour. How long will it take Kiara to catch up with Olivia? And you have 4 different choices. Choice A, 50 minutes. Choice B, 60 minutes. Choice C, 70 minutes. And then choice D, 18 minutes. Please give yourself a little bit of time to see if you can come up with the solution. The answer to this problem is not obvious, but if you came up with the solution, please make sure to post it in the comment section of this video so I can give you my feedback. Thanks for participating and good luck. Let's look at the question which you see on the test very often. You need to guess the word and you're presented with 5 different letters. On the screen, you see letters R, A, M, E, D, and you need to form a valid English word using these 5 letters. If you're trying to practice for the test, you might consider pausing this video and giving yourself a little bit of time to solve this challenge. Every test is different, but typical rules require you to use all 5 letters, and the final word that you form should match the number of letters that you see on the screen. A lot of times, you might be able to form multiple words using the same letters. Ready or not, I'm going to move forward and reveal the final solution. The solution to this challenge is the word dream, which is spelled as D, R, E, A, and M. Do you see any other solutions to this challenge? Make sure to post any other words that you discovered in the comments of this video. And if you're trying to get ready for the test, make sure to play word games, read a lot, and practice crosswords and puzzles. Very frequently on the test, you might get a question to determine the next item in the series. We are looking at exactly this type of question here. You are presented with the series of 3x3 matrices. Each matrix has circle, arrow, and triangle inside. And your goal is to determine matrix number 4 in the series. You're presented with 4 different choices: choice A, B, C, and D. Take a close look and see if you can determine the pattern. Ready or not, I'm going to move forward and share with you the correct answer, at least from my standpoint. When solving these types of challenges, my advice to you: always look for patterns. And there are multiple different patterns here for each shape. Circle, for example, changes places, but always remains black and always filled with color. Triangle changes places in the matrix, but changes from filled with black color to non-filled with black border. An arrow rotates counterclockwise, changes places in the matrix, but changes from filled with black color to non-filled with black border. So the correct choice here is choice D. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. In case you see any other solutions, please make sure to post in comments. And if you're getting ready for the test, please make sure to check out my ebook in the description section of this video. I wanted to ask you for a favor. There are a lot of people that you might know that would benefit from this content. Would you be able to share this content with them? Unless, of course, you're driving. Then you can do it right after you get off the car. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's the cool question that you frequently get on the test. Kate has $33, which is only 20% of the cost of shoes that she would like to purchase. How much do the shoes cost? And you're presented with 4 different choices. Choice A, $66. Choice B, $99. Choice C, $150. And choice D, $165. Can you calculate the answer? Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe 20 to 30 seconds, depending how well you are with math and percentages. Ready or not, let's go ahead and get to the correct solution together. The answer to this problem is very simple. $33 is 20% or 1/5 of the shoe's price. So the total cost of the shoes would be 33 multiplied by 5, which would be equal $165. So the correct answer here is choice D, $165. Can I ask you to do me a favor? If you know someone who is getting ready for the interview or assessment test, please share this video with them. This is going to help them pass and get hired for their dream job. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. This particular question was just recently introduced in the test, and I would need your help to determine if I answered it correctly. You're presented with the very unusual shape, and you need to detect all the triangles that are part of this shape. Your 4 possible choices: choice A, 11, choice B, 13, choice C, 15, and choice D, 17. Do you see the answer? Consider giving yourself a little bit of time, maybe 10 to 20 seconds, to see if you can count all the triangles. Ready or not, I'm going to move forward and show you how many triangles did I discover. Tricky question, don't you think so? But I was very surprised when I counted 15 triangles in this shape. Let me go over and show all of them to you. Here's the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Do you see any additional ones? Please make sure to post them in the comment section of this video. And if you're getting ready for the assessment test, please make sure to check out the description for the link to the ebook that will help you to get ready. Can I ask you to do me a favor? If you like this content, can you please give this video big thumbs up? This tells us that you need more content like this, and we will make sure you will get it in the future. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's the interesting question, which is easy to understand, but at the same time you will have a lot of fun solving it. You need to calculate the simple expression 12 divided by 2 and then multiplied on the value in parentheses, which is 3 minus 1. Take a look closely and see if you can come up with the answer. There are 3 operations here: division, multiplication, and subtraction. All you need to determine is which one to do first, second, and third. Do you think you know the answer? Let's continue and get it solved together. The order of operations in math tells us that the first expression we need to solve is in parentheses. We first need to calculate 3 minus 1. And obviously the answer is 2. The big question is, what do we do next? The order PEMDAS tells us that we need to do multiplication and division. But what order doesn't mention is that we need to do it from left to right. And what's interesting, the acronym itself is a little bit confusing because it shows multiplication first and then division. But in our case, we need to do division first and divide 12 by 2, and then do multiplication. Once we divide 12 by 2, we get to 6, and the final expression we need to solve would be 6 multiplied by 2. So the correct answer here is 12. So did you solve this challenge on your own? Was it easy for you? Please share your thought process and your solution in the comment section of this video. I would like to ask you to participate in our daily assessment test challenge. I post new question every day in the community tab of YouTube channel and give you an opportunity to answer it and try it. And I post answer in comments next day. So please make sure to check it out to test your knowledge. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's an interesting question which validates how well you do planning of your day-to-day work. Mary spends 1/3 of her 24-hour day at work. Meetings take 1/4 of her workday. How many hours does she spend in meetings? You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 1 hour and 30 minutes. Choice B, 2 hours. Choice C, 2 hours and 30 minutes. And choice D, 3 hours. Give yourself 10 to 15 seconds, maybe a bit longer, depending how well you typically solve these types of problems. Ready or not, let's go ahead and solve this challenge together. As you might be well aware, full day has 24 hours. Mary's working hours are very typical. They represent 1/3 of the full day, which is 8 hours. And we calculate it by multiplying 24 by 1/3, or actually dividing 24 by 3. Meetings take 1/4 of her workday. So to calculate how much time she spends in meetings, we need to multiply 8 hours by 1/4, and the result is 2 hours. So the correct answer is choice B, 2 hours. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems in the test. A lot of people ask, how can I help on this channel? One of the best ways to help is to help other people answer the questions that they're getting. If you know the answer to the question you see in comments, please post the answer in the comment section of this video. And now let's continue and get you ready for the test. Here's a very interesting question you frequently see on the test. You're presented with 3 triangles. Each of the corners of each triangle has numbers. For example, first triangle has number 18 on the top, numbers 4 and 2 at the bottom, and number 3 in the middle. Second triangle has numbers 56, 6 and 1, and number 8 in the middle. Third triangle has number 104 on the top, number 8 in the middle, number 5 in the bottom left corner, and 1 missing number in the bottom right corner. You need to calculate the missing number. You have 4 different choices. Choice A, 9. Choice B, 10. Choice C, 11. And choice D, 12. Do you see the answer? Give yourself a little bit of time to make sure you can come up with the solution. Ready or not, I am going to move forward so we can solve this problem together. As usual, my advice to you, always look for patterns. And in this particular problem, the pattern is that the top number divided by the sum of the bottom two numbers is equal the middle number. Let's look at the example. For example, 18 divided in parentheses 4 plus 2 would be an equivalent of 18 divided by 6 and would result in 3. 56 divided by the sum of 6 and 1 would be an equivalent of 56 divided by 7 and would equal 8. Which means that we can build a formula. And our formula will have 104 on the left divided the value in parentheses 3 plus question mark would be equal to 8. Which means that the question mark would be equal 104 divided by 8 minus 3, which would be an equivalent of 13 minus 3, which would be equal to 10. So the question mark equals to 10, and the correct answer is choice B, 10. Hopefully you've nailed this question and now know how to answer similar problems on the test. Thanks for watching. If you liked the content, please give us a like and consider subscribing. Thanks for all your endorsement, support, and patronage. For additional helpful information, please make sure to check out links in the description. For detailed list of available resources, I encourage you to check out resources page on our website, howtoanalyzedata.net/resources. If you know someone who would benefit from this content, please consider sharing the link. Please leave the feedback, corrections, or suggestions in comments. And all the best on your journey. I'll see you in my next video.